Single 40 Podcast, episode 23. Let's do it. Got Glenn here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So today we're doing something a little different. Usually we don't get into our negative comments and the nonsense of it all, but today we're going to talk about it because shit's funny, it's fun, and fuck it, the gloves are coming off.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. Like this phenomenon of it's kind of nice to get like trolls or haters because we never really had that shit. So
yeah, so the shit we can talk about is like it's two different parts, right? You have the people that comment on our stuff talking about how Angeles sucks and it's not the same and it's not as cool as 10 or 20 years ago. And that's not necessarily them like hating on us. They're just hating on Walking Street and whatnot. And then there's the other guys, mostly from Facebook, that attack us, say we're, looking for attention. And
you mean Angry Book?
Angry Book, yeah, exactly. And even in Thailand, we got it like with the Ring the Bell video, people start talking shit about ringing the bell, which we obviously talked about in the last podcast. But yeah, we post some reels in Facebook, like we started a little countdown of our next trip and posted it on some groups in Facebook. And then instantly just got some haters talking shit, like calling us losers and, throwing money, who's, looking for attention and how the girls are going to forget you. And I always like pipe back at them on Facebook for sure. On YouTube, I try to keep it more positive. On Facebook, I'll fire back because everybody's just so fucking pissed on Facebook. So it kind of makes it fun, but you can get caught up in it too. And just, that's all you're doing is just fucking responding to trolls. So I try not to get too deep into it because it's a waste of time and doesn't make us a dime. So, but two different guys were talking about how like the girls forget you after you leave, like you're just wasting your money. And
it's like, no shit. Unless you create a actual relationship with someone, like a friendship or something.
We obviously have our group of angels and they remember us, but and we're not idiots. It's like it's a transaction. Like they like partying us, they get paid, they make money, and they're the ones throwing the money, not us. So it's like, who's looking for the attention? We're not into the attention of it. We're into having a fucking great time and partying. And so I always fire back like, oh, you think they're really going to forget us? Like, oh my God. Like, dude, we know what it is, you fucking idiot. It's like Gary Vee always talks about you should feel sorry for those people because it's like, how sad is their life if that's what they do? They look at somebody else's content and then try to like tear it down. And I'm with him. Like, it is pathetic and sad and you should feel bad for them because it's like, how miserable is your life? But it doesn't mean I'm not going to defend ourselves on Facebook because fuck those guys.
Yeah. I think the hard thing, I like, the one thing I just can't understand, it's like you're consuming this content, right? If you're a single guy and you travel to Southeast Asia and you see videos of people partying and girls, like, how does that make you negative? Like, how does it make you unhappy? Like, I will never understand.
I can see if somebody went there and had a completely negative experience and they got like robbed and beaten or something and then they want to go be negative about, okay, let's justify it. But these guys, like, there's not that many people that's happened to. So it's like, I don't know if it's like jealousy or they just miss going and they can't go, or I don't know what it is. On Facebook though, the best part was like this guy Corey piped in our defense and he said, he made a comment that like, these guys that are talking shit about you guys enjoying yourself are the same ones that are saying the bars are boring. And he kind of linked the two sides together, like that I talked about at the beginning, the guys that talk about how it doesn't, look like it was 10 or 20 years ago and whatnot. So that was cool. And then I replied back to him, like, I totally agree with him. And then he went into more depth and he was basically saying like, if you don't spend money there, you're not going to have fun. I don't get it why people, complain about people doing money rain or spending a lot of money. He's like, how people spend their money is their own business. And then he's like, these are the same guys that hate on the Koreans. He's like, the Koreans are spending money. That's why they're having a good time. And I agree with him. Like, I don't get the negativity on the Koreans. Like, they don't ever get in my way. Like, they're always usually in groups and
they're never actually even in the bars. Like, they get their group and they
pipe in for a bar for a couple minutes. They, see what they like and they leave. And they're not rude to other customers. Like, I obviously don't talk to them. I don't speak Korean, but I've never sat there and been like, why is this Korean doing this? And I don't give a shit. Like, they keep to themselves. At least they're pumping money into the place. So I don't understand most of it. And then you get into the guys like the 10, 20 years ago. Like, I totally get it. When Clark Air Force Base was like, pumping, I'm sure that was a crazy neighborhood. Like, You're never going to reenact that. And even talking to like Mikey, who's old school and been going there forever, I mean, he talked about the old place, dirt roads and tiny little bars. And I'm not saying it wasn't a good time. I'm sure it was, but it was modernized into the bigger bars and clubs, so I don't, you can't really compare the past to the present. But the one that blows me away is the guy that say like 10 years ago, because we've been going there for 10 years and
yeah, I mean,
it's not that different.
It hasn't really changed. I mean, they just fixed the road, and I mean, there's more bars. I mean, I think like.
Well, I got into it with one guy going basically saying that like 10 years ago it was better. And so what I always tell these guys, I'm like, are you talking about because there was more men walking around the streets and more other men on the bar? If that's what you're into, and I'm not going to judge you, but is that what you're talking about? And then he obviously got offended because he felt like I was calling him gay, which obviously there was an undertone in my reply. But he comes back and says, if there's more men, there's more girls and whatnot. And I don't disagree that if there's more money and more commerce going on, the bars will be bigger and more packed with girls. But you can still walk in there on a dead night and there's plenty of people working. So yeah, but I mean, back to that guy, like that's my quick response now is like, yeah, you want to be there with a bunch of other guys? Like, sounds like fun to me. No.
I mean, I think the thing from just the walking street videos, I mean, yeah, the girls are in the bars. So, I mean, when you compare it to Thailand, like I was talking about last week, is like on Soy 6, all the girls that aren't getting drinks from guys are outside because they're trying to pull the people in. I mean, physically, like they're aggressive, So, I mean, that Philippines isn't set up like that. I mean,
no, it's totally different.
So anyways, I mean, it might be, there might be less girls after the pandemic, but I mean, less fucking tourism, more girls for, more attention on the travelers. So,
well, it's a great point about like Soy 6. Like literally the bars are very tiny and all the girls that are working there are on the street trying to get guys to come in and buy them drinks. And if someone's doing that, they're not on the street. So that's like their whole model, their business model there. Angeles has always been different where they have a couple people out front. Sometimes it's a guy, sometimes it's a couple girls trying to get people to come in. And the girls that usually work inside the bar aren't out on the street trying to get people to come in. But you can walk into any of those places and there's, depending on the size of the bar, anywhere from, 8 to, 30 people working there.
Yeah, I mean, even Burgos Street, it's not set up like that, it's a smaller street. There's not people outside,
Oh, not at all. There's nobody outside trying to get you to go inside.
It's just one of those things. I mean, yeah, when you look at those streets, yeah, there's no one really walking around because there's just less tourism. There's less, people visiting. So, and I guess that's what they're looking for, maybe.
I mean, it's that locked down mindset of the past was better. It's like, Uncle Rico and Napoleon Dynamite. Oh, back when I played high school football, I think that's kind of what plays into it too. I mean, it's like go there and spend money. Like we've been saying our whole Make Walking Street Great Again campaign. It's like the only way it's going to get back to having all these guys on the street like you idiots want is if people go spend money. The more money that's spent there, obviously, the more people that are working, the more people that have jobs. But I don't know, fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever understand. I mean, we'll just continue to go and bring the party and have a good time.
And then I had one jerk off complain about, oh, now I got to watch a bunch of losers count down their next trip. And it's like, oh, sorry, man, we're excited to go. Like, I guess you're not excited when you go on a trip. Like, why are you watching our shit? And then he tried to say I was spamming the page or the group. It was Angeles City Eat, Drink, Stay that we post on sometimes. He said I was spamming it. It's like, you still didn't have to click and comment, you dickhead, but go ahead. Like, let's do this. And then I get into his page, and he's one of those like hippie do-gooder guys. He's like in Africa, like with a bunch of kids. It's like, I'm not going to go into that, but it's like, okay, buddy, like, what are you worried about me for? Like, go feed a kid. I hope your intentions there are good, you piece of shit. But
I don't think we'll ever understand the mindset of, I mean, social media is like turn people into like, there's no consequences that speak, talk shit.
Yeah, you can speak your mind and talk shit
and
like, anonymously.
Yeah, and if you do get caught, I mean, there's people out there like trying to have you lose your job and shit. Like people are just idiots out there, like.
Yeah, you can get canceled. But I mean, half these guys wouldn't come up to us in the bar and be like, you guys are looking for attention, you fucking losers, because they know they'd have to deal with saying it to your face, and people don't do that shit.
I mean, that's just the thing. I mean, that's the world we live in, but it's just amazing that, like, I mean, the audience of our content are, older people, older guys, and it's like, fuck, dude, they're doing the same shit that, these young people are doing, so.
Well, you made the good point earlier. It's like, it's an entertainment district, right? It's there to have fun, and people go there to have fun. we're not sitting up here talking politics. Like, I understand the negativity towards politics, whichever side you're on, and you want to argue about policy and what the president, and fine. Like, I understand those forums, but Angeles City is an entertainment district for fun. Like,
Yeah, we're just trying to show our fun.
like, why bring negativity to it?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, hopefully it changes, but I doubt it.
So yeah, even the Pimp in Paradise hit me up about the ringing the bell, and he kind of tried to explain the way people view it. And I mean, basically they see it as a waste of money, but like you said, all those girls are outside. Like, if you're there to have fun and, you know, spend time and party with those girls, the only way to do it is get them inside. How do you get all of them inside at one time? I don't know. Ring the fucking bell.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just want to sit there with one girl and buy her a drink, so be it. You got your girl, buy her a drink. If you want to, I mean, we're not there to just sit there with one girl. We're there to have a huge party inside the bar, and that's what we like to do. We're not going to change us for any means, but me and Glenn have been talking about, we do just need to start defending ourselves a little bit more. And
yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of it's good that we're getting negative, you know, shit, because for a long time we just didn't seem like anybody was watching it.
Yeah.
At least we're getting a little bit.
At least people are watching it.
Yeah, I mean, whether they hate us or like us, I mean, fuck.
I mean, the flip side, we do get some positive comments, but I don't know. Somebody once told me in the restaurant industry, like, if somebody goes out to eat and they have a really good experience, they usually don't talk about it. But if they go somewhere and they have a really bad experience, they tell everybody. You know, I think that's just unfortunately the culture we live in. So I think there's a lot of people that do like what we do and like to have a good time. I just don't think they're the guys that waste their time commenting because they're out trying to make money to go have their next good time, right?
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people are showing it either, so that's why we're like different. I mean, and we like to have fun, and I mean, we've been doing it. It's just within the last year we just started filming it. You know, 10 years ago we were doing it. Like,
yeah,
and I mean, whatever.
We're just trying to film our truth, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to continue. I mean, I can't wait till June. Like, the party's going to be bigger. Like, hopefully that entourage will reach that 100, close to it.
Well, even like when we had Matt, the monster, on the podcast, who obviously is an extremely authentic guy, and he sat down with us in here. Obviously, we're old friends, and we've traveled with him for years, and he basically just started talking about Angeles in the most authentic way that he sees it and like his experience, and there was no bullshit behind it. That's just him. And there was a lot of positivity, you know, like, this guy's cool, like, he's real, like, he's authentic, you can tell, which was cool. But then there was some dude that said, like, oh, you go to the Philippines at 40 and act like a child. And I'm like, yeah, we do. Like, that's the whole fucking point.
I mean, we discovered it too late. It's like, I wish I would have gone earlier.
Yeah, it's I didn't discover it at 19 years old, but I didn't have the money to go there either. But yeah, no, that's what we use it for. We go there to go have fun and party like we were back in college. And I think Matt even says that in the fucking podcast. He's like, it made him feel like we were back where me, Glenn, and him lived together when we used to go out to the bars when we were in college. And that's kind of like, I mean, you can say you won't capture your past or whatnot. We can't go back and play football. We can't go back to school, but we can go have a good time like that.
No doubt. And I mean, it's just the mindset. It's just, people just instantly, it's a negative thing. So I think it doesn't matter, you know. I mean, for us, it's like we show what we're showing, and I mean, most people are just going to assume, you know, and think negative. So,
well, it's like when we're out there partying in Angeles, like, you'll get some guys that actually just pack up and leave the bar when we're there, which obviously is fine. And then you get the guys that, like, you know, come join us and, you know, introduce themselves, and we all start partying together. I think that's like the dichotomy of the negative commenters versus the positive commenters. But I think a lot of people that think it's positive and enjoy it, they just don't comment because they have better things to do with their fucking time, and they're not an insecure, jealous weirdo that has issues with other people having a good time.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some good experiences too with, like, you know, people coming up and joining the party and having a good time, and then hitting us up later, like emailing us, like, hey man, I had a great time.
Oh, every time, you know, the more the merrier, right? Because we're all there to have a good time, and we're going to do our thing and spend our money no matter what. So if somebody else wants to just, you know, come along, it's like, come on, let's do it. I mean,
yeah, I mean, it'd be cool to, like, you know, meet these guys that live there and they're negative, and they come up and say what they got to say to us. see what.
Yeah, I want to turn them. Like,
Well, yeah, because it's not like, I mean, I'm not going to fight you because you don't like what we do. It's like, join our party and maybe you'll change your mind on throwing money and
Yeah.
seeing how happy all these people are.
I mean, they're cowards. They would never do it, but I wish they would and be like, well, let's just show you why we do it and why we have a good time.
I mean, I don't understand how, like, watching people, like, happy with money being thrown and girls, you know, going crazy, like, how does that make you upset? Like, I just don't understand it. I mean, that's like, for me, that's like the most, like, I get excited when I see all that shit because it's like everyone's having a great time, you know?
Well, people might not believe us, but it's like, that's why we do it. Like, and if you watch the videos, like, I think you can find one video in Atlantis where you actually see me and Glenn actually toss money. I think that's the only one. And we're on the second deck, right? But
that's right.
Our thing is always like the girls that are in our entourage, the angels and the people that party with us, all the family members and everything. We give them the money to throw and let them have the good time and let everybody make their money. So, I mean, the attention seeking thing, it's like, I mean, obviously we're going to get attention because we have money to spend, but we're deferring that attention to the people that are with us, you know?
Yeah, I think I like talked about it last week when I was saying, like, I mean, I've never been in a position, whether I was, you know, partying in Hollywood growing up, like in VIP service, like throwing money, or even at strip clubs or whatever. Like, you just, you know, but it makes you pretty happy, right? And when you see, like, I mean, for example, Robert, like our buddy, when he's throwing, I mean, he's going crazy. Like, it's one of those things where when you get to do that and you actually do it, and people are going nuts. I mean, it's pretty cool. Like, so
even Ken, one of our photographers over in the Philippines that films for us, like he's a young guy, he's in his early 20s, and the first time he came out with us and like saw it, like he didn't tell me this till, you know, a year or so later. He was like shocked that we were just giving away money and throwing money. Like, for him, it was like, what are these idiots doing? Like, that's money, you know? But when he told me the story, he's like, then I started to see like how everybody became so happy and how you were basically making everybody's night. And he's like, then I understood what you guys were after. And it was great feedback because it's like, yeah, Ken, that's it. It's like, we're not going there to show we have money. We don't have that much money. Like, you know, we're throwing 20 peso bills, a lot of them, but it's like we set a budget and we share it with everybody. And it's like, it's for the joy. It's to have people enjoy it. And we started this whole channel. It was like Glenn said earlier, we were already doing this type of stuff. We were going there to party to have a good time. That was it. And we decided we wanted to start making videos. And one of the main drivers for it was because of the people that were making videos there were just attacking the people that worked on Walking Street and calling them scammers and, you know, saying they're only out for money and basically, you know, all this negativity towards them. And we were like, fuck that. Like, these guys don't understand the game. They're idiots. So let's show them what we do. And that's one of the bases on why we started this thing.
Yeah, I mean, the first video was about like trying to break down the money rain, like understand, explain how much money a girl could actually make.
That was the first video.
Yeah,
I mean, watch it. Well, maybe we'll put that in the comments below on this one. So we literally break down the money rain, the math of it, and how we can make everybody's night by spending a little bit of money. But in turn, like it is selfish to a point because that's what we enjoy, watching people be happy and having a good time, and it turns the environment right upside down into a party. I mean, you walk into those places and sometimes they are, you know, bleak, if you will. Like, there's not a lot going on, and if the girls are there to make money, if they're not making money, they're kind of just going through the motions, which I understand. Like, most people do it their fucking job, right? And then once you light that candle or that wick of like, boom, we're gonna spend money and everyone here's gonna make money, what do you know?
Yeah,
they get happy because that's why they're there, is to make money. They all have families they're helping support, kids they have, and they're there to get money. It's like our friend Brandon, who we showed the channel to when we first started. The first thing he said after watching 2 videos when we were all sitting there at work was like, dude, look how happy everyone is. Like, that's so fucking cool. And it was like the best feedback ever because it's like, yeah, that's why we do it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like universal. Like, it's the same thing in Thailand. What do you know? Like, when we start spending money, all those girls come in and they're happy. Like, everyone's just down to make money. And if we're going to spend it, like, why not, right?
And somebody might listen to this podcast and be like, oh, you guys are fucking losers. Like, you're trying to make yourself look cool. I don't really care how it makes us look and what your opinion is. We do it because it's fun. And we're there to have fun. So, like, yes, it is a selfish part for us to have fun.
Yeah, I hope they say something.
Yeah, it's like, bring it, you piece of shit. Like, and if you don't have a big budget, I understand it, but don't talk shit about us. But we were there to have fun, and that's why we do it. And we found that this is the best way to have fun. And that, just like when we were in Thailand, where we don't have the big crew and the entourage and the angels, we went out, and I mean, I'm not drinking, but we're going out to have a good time and hopefully have Matt find a girl. And it's like, I instantly want to ring the goddamn bell, right? And that's when GP was like, hold up. I'm like, no, don't worry about it, dude. Like, I got it. Like, and then we rang the bell, and what do you know? You start having a fucking great time.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just one of those things. I don't think people will. I mean, we're talking about this, and they're just gonna be like, "What the fuck are these guys talking about?" But in the end, it's like we talk about what we like, right? And we're never gonna like not. I mean, we haven't changed. I mean, I've felt this way from day one. I remember like in Atlantis, like throwing money on that stage, and I remember like seeing like girls get happy, and I was like, it's pretty fucking awesome. And then, never changed. So,
and believe it or not, like, exchanging a couple thousand peso bills to get a couple stacks of 20s, at the end of the day, it's actually cheaper than buying round after round of the girl drinks if you're on a budget, right? The girl drinks add up. I mean, we do both, obviously, but
no, we learned that the hard way too.
Oh yeah,
we like bought rounds and rounds, and then next thing you know, we're like, fuck, we don't know how we have to pay this.
Yeah, the money goes quick when you're buying the ladies' drinks, and the 20s is actually cheaper, and they have more fun.
Yeah.
I mean, if you are at the bar working, I can only imagine working there and having to drink every night to like get paid, right?
Yeah.
And I not all of them drink. Some of them will have mango juice or whatever. But if you can just grab a few hundred pesos and not having to sit there and drink, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We'll keep talking about it. I mean, I don't give a shit what people say. It's just fun.
We're going to continue to keep doing, and showing what we do. So it's gonna. But it's just one of those things that I don't think people really do it. So they just see it and they're just like, it's easy to be negative. Like,
it's definitely easy to be negative.
So.
And we always have an open invitation. If you're somebody that watches our shit and thinks we're losers, like, come join us and then spend a night with us and then call me a fucking loser. And if you still think we're a loser, that's fine. You're just not into what we're into. That's cool. But don't sit there behind your fucking keyboard and act like a tough guy and talk shit, you piece of shit. Fuck them. You can see it's struck a chord with us this last week. It's like, all right, enough's enough. We got to address this on the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying to be positive, which, I mean, in the end, it's like we're always going to be positive and stuff. But it's, I just think it's funny because no matter what we do, like, you're never going to please everyone.
Oh, of course not.
So you're going to have the guys that, I mean, even if we're doing something else, like, they'd shit on that. So it's part of the world we live in.
No, it is, but you can only listen to it for so long before you got to address it.
Yeah, you deal with it on Facebook. That's the...
Yeah, Angry Book is just...
it's a different ballgame. I, like, basically don't...
Well, like, I'm not on it personally, and I got off of it, goddamn, over 10 years ago because of the negativity.
Yeah.
Back, I was arguing with people that I knew from my past over stupid, stupid shit. And I'm like, why am I wasting my time arguing with people? And so I got off it personally and then didn't get back on it till we started the Facebook for the channel. And then it just all came back to me like, everyone on here just talks shit behind their keyboard. Fun.
I wish you'd like come over to the YouTube side, but that it's always a fucking little like that wall, like you click on those links and it doesn't go to our channel. It goes,
yeah, it stays on YouTube or stays on Facebook. And the most shit we get on YouTube is the guys just talking about how it's dead and Angela sucks and it's not like it used to be.
It's like a completely different audience.
Yeah,
that's why it's like kind of fun because like Facebook, it's like people just like get fired up to get on that. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I'll like watch these camera reviews and I'll click on a comment and it's like some dude talking shit to the guy who's spending his time to make a fucking review on how to use a camera.
It's like, why'd you watch it?
It's just nuts because it doesn't matter what you talk about or whatever the content you're producing. It's just human nature, man. People are just gonna shit on you.
Well, the weird thing is like each social media platform has like a different. Like we put the same stuff up across the board and like each of them has like a different response, like a different, consumer basically or customer base, however you want to define it. And Facebook is just where you get all the hate. Well, whenever I post on those Angela City groups is where it all comes from. None of those guys obviously follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook following is majority like our friends in the Philippines and people that party with us. So that's always positive, whatever goes on. I guess it's on like on your wall or whatever, like it sends out to your friends and the people that follow you. That's always positive stuff. It's all the people that are working in the bars that we spend money on. Like they're always commenting, when are you coming back? Can't wait to do it again. Yeah. And then as soon as you go into one of those groups of like the older men you're talking about, that's when all the negativity comes out. But again, it's like, why is Angeles City a negative spot? I don't get it.
I don't know, man. The best is like TikTok. I don't even think people have enough like their concentration is like it's too much to like comment. So it's just like swipe. So it's like you don't get shit on TikTok.
Yeah, we get no comments there. We get the views, we just don't get comments. Like you said, it's just it's that swole. I mean, they created that algorithm deal where it's the short form video and like people don't even spend time thinking about it. Just on to the next one.
Yeah,
just
either you like it or you don't, and it's like
swipe.
But yeah, it's definitely something like it's all new to us, right? Like I just never battled with anybody on the internet over shit.
Well, I don't know if people will believe us or not, but like you said earlier, we've always done this when we went there, and we just started filming it after 10 years of doing it. So it's not like this is something we created to film. It was something we always did and then just decided to film it.
Yeah, that's it, man.
And we're going to keep doing it till it's not fun anymore, which I don't know when that will be. But ring the bell, spend the money, you'll have the fun. Not that fucking complicated. Are we losing battery again?
No, we're good. Keep going.
Hopefully next week we can have Joey on and give his experience. Joey's a guy that works with us that, is Filipino, and he hadn't been back there since he was a kid, and he joined us on a trip, and he became very positive about it and wants to go back, and he's going to go back with us on the next one. So we're hoping to sit down with him next week and get his experience and hear his side of it, kind of like the one we did with Matt or Mikey, and just hear those guys' stories on, because everybody's experience is different, right? And everybody looks at it differently.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. Joey, he's super positive. The guy wanted to, his mindset was like, how do I get back? What do I need to do? When are you guys going? Let me know. So.
And that's our other thing, like in our mission statement, like one of the reasons we wanted to show this is because of how much of a positive impact it had on our lives. And that's what we're trying to share with other people, that if, you're in a rut in your life, or you're divorced, or you're, lonely or whatever, like there's a different path out there. And I mean, not a lot of people know about Southeast Asia, especially Americans. Americans like to stay in their bubble, and it's something we've always talked about on the podcast before, is we want to inspire people to go have fun. And I guess like you said, you're always going to get the people that are negative, and it's like, that's not our audience. It's fine. We'll just fire back and call them fucking losers like we do, and then move on and try to find the one guy that needs the experience and goes and has a good time and starts working on his health, starts working harder at work, starts changing his life, because now he realizes that whatever rut or whatever negativity he had in his life, there's something out there that's fun. There's something out there he can do different. And I mean, I love talking about that type of stuff, the whole mindset. And
yeah, I mean, it's real. I mean, with me at least too, like I was definitely in a different mindset, 10 years ago, and it just, made me more motivated with work and everything, and trying to figure out, I mean, I never had a 5-year plan. Now I have more of a plan in my life, what I want to do. So hopefully that, people hear this or see what we're doing, maybe it'll give them that idea.
Yeah, anytime you can find something that you're passionate about or something you enjoy outside of, the disciplines of life that you have to do, like it does nothing but help you. I mean, for me, it makes me more disciplined in my work and fitness and health when I do have a passion or something I like to do outside of that, because that's what I use as motivation, if you will, to work towards it.
Yeah, I mean, just trying to get back, being disciplined on your spending, like that thing has changed my world. I mean, I don't buy fucking stupid shit anymore. I'll literally be like, hey, what do I need? How much money do I got to save up? And I don't need to buy fucking clothes or whatever the hell it is I used to buy, hats or whatever. So
eating out, just wasting money. Yeah, because every dollar you're like, all right, should I spend this or should I save it for the next trip?
And it's like, it just became like, routine. Like, yeah, I have to save this much amount of money. Let's figure it out. Boom. And then we go blow it, come back,
Start over.
Yeah, so. I don't know, but it's definitely been a positive thing, and it's just funny that we're talking about this shit, and it'll probably be one of the most watched podcasts because it's a negative fucking.
Yeah, we
concept.
got to think of like a good title for this one. Like, if you talk shit about single up 40, go fuck your mother. No, I'm kidding, but we could try to. I mean, our podcast get a couple hundred views. I mean, we're not doing any groundbreaking shit here, right? We're talking about Angel City. We're talking about our travel. We're talking about what we like to do.
Yeah, we'll be lucky. I mean, the 100 people are the 100 people that we know that are listening to it from
Yeah,
friends.
it's all friends,
which is cool. But
us.
I mean, in the end, it's like we're going to continue to talk about it. We're going to continue to make these videos when we go travel, and you know, you're going to like it or you're not. And we hope you comment either way. You know, if you're going to like it, say, hey man, let's meet up. Let's try to party together. If you don't, let us know. Fuck it.
Yeah, and that's why I want to podcast with like Joey and obviously Matt and my friend Ty, who's been there with us. He said he wants to come on next time he comes out to Hawaii. Like, I want more people to hear just different experiences of the trip, because then, you know, it might hit home with somebody like, maybe I should go try something like that. So I think maybe even next time, like obviously we met a bunch of different YouTubers or vloggers, whatever the fuck you want to call them, and I mean, we kind of podcasted with them all before we went out with them.
Yeah.
I think if I remember right, because like I think
we didn't know them. So
we didn't really know them, and then we met them, and the three different, you know, Faith, Keith, and Chubbs, and then that night we went out, and then we had our end of the year party and invited all of them. So I would kind of like to sit down with a couple of them or all of them and just get their perspective on how we go out and party and what they think about it, and let other people hear it. Just
we still have a ton of footage. I never even made a video on all that shit, but I will.
Yeah, and we're gonna see all them in June. Maybe we sit down and talk to some of them about it, or at least get some footage of it. Maybe it doesn't have to be like a traditional podcast, but just keep spreading the goddamn word, right?
Yeah.
I wonder too, you know what I was thinking about with the whole Red Street change, and I know they've done some things like the street vendors have been kicked off the street, and obviously the guys walking around selling stuff are limited to what they can do. I wonder if they don't allow people to stand outside the bar anymore and call people in. Like, I wonder if that's part of the change.
I have no idea. I mean, those videos, obviously, they do, you know, it looks like a lot less people. I think, I mean, we're also used to seeing all those vendors and people on the street, you know, selling shit, so.
Well, I mean, we can get back into the Thailand versus Philippines thing. We got a comment where I believe the guy asked, like, is it easy to like talk to girls in the Philippines? And I was like, yeah, it's easy. Like, you go into the bars, they're there to talk to you and hang out. Like, that's the job, right? And then he's made a comment about, you know, Thailand, and then ended up saying it's better. And like, that's my biggest pet peeve, because it's like, they're not better, they're different. Like, I mean, we've talked about this numerous times, but it just always makes me think about it. And it's like, yeah, Soy 6 is very unique. It's like different than the walking street in Pattaya itself, you know. And like you said, all the girls are waiting outside for people to go in and buy them drinks, and it's whatever you make of it. In the Philippines, there's more of like shows and dance things going on inside bars, and depending on what bar you go to, and they're just so different that you can't compare them.
I mean, they're both awesome. Like,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's like the best part about it. It's like, I don't even understand how you could be negative about both those places.
That's what I always say. If you can get like 2 weeks off or 12 days off wherever you live, however long it takes you to travel out to that Southeast Asia region, I mean, try to go to both, and whichever one you fly into first. I mean, I know Bangkok's one of the most traveled cities in the world, so I'm sure there's a lot of directs from like the U.S. mainland, or, you know, maybe even UK or Australia, and there's limited ones off the west coast of the Philippines. But try to get your flight to one of those places and then go visit both, because like it's cheap to fly in between for the Philippines time. It's like a 3-hour flight, and it's a couple $100, and I mean, hit both of them if you have the time and money to do it, or set up 2 different trips, but try them both out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious on these other countries. You know, I'm sure you never really see, like, you know, Vietnam or fucking Cambodia or whatever.
Yeah, Vietnam looks amazing. We got to get over there.
So
I just saw that Philippine Airlines is flying directly from Manila to Da Nang. That's awesome. A place we wanted to visit. So maybe we set it up. But I still want to go to the big city, right? Because you always got to check out the big city first.
Yeah, I mean, people just get out of your comfort zone, do something different, see how it is.
Yeah, then get back on your grind and work on your fitness, work on your finances, and then do it again. And again.
Yeah.
And again. I don't know. We'll see how many people tune into this one and see if anybody listens and talks back and tells us their perspective. But yeah, argue with us. Like,
I mean, I just would love to hear like a solid point besides like that place is dead or there's not that many girls. Like, how do you know? Did you go inside? Did you count them? Did you, like just because from the videos that you see, there's not a lot of people outside. Like, I mean, most of those bars have a ton of girls in there. So,
well, look at like when we go in Lucifer.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And that was within the last year. I don't remember the dates. I'm sure we could figure it out, but I'm not going to sit here and think back. We went to 2 or 3 bars that night, and Lucifer was one of them. And that fucking place was packed.
Yeah.
Obviously, we rolled in there with our big entourage, but even our entourage was like pigeonholed to a small, long table in the corner. That place was packed.
Yeah.
And there was people in there. There was customers. There was girls, and we had a fucking fantastic time. And we didn't even spend that much money at that place.
And like sensations. I mean, these places, like you'd walk in, you wouldn't expect, what you see. And then you go in, there's like a ton of people. There's 2 levels. You're like, so, I mean, I want to go back to, what was that one we went years ago? Like Red Dragon or something.
Yeah, it's right next to Sensations upstairs.
I don't know.
We always talk about going back there. We never end up fucking going.
But there was, I mean, from what I remember, like we walked into that first time and there was a ton of people. And
Sensations is a good point too. That one's been crowded every time we've gone in there.
Yeah.
Even our favorite place, Sky, like it's a tiny little hole in the wall, like not much bigger than this studio, but they have, 15, 20 girls working there. They got the waitresses are like 10. They're all over the place. And it's like you go in there and it's like, it's a fantastic time. But it's dead. Walking Street's dead. It's not like it was 10 years ago. Maybe some of these guys haven't been there in 10 years and they just watch the stupid walk down the street videos.
I mean, that's only a thing. And that's our biggest like content. Like no one watches the other videos that we make. Like the party ones, no one comes across those things. That's why I was putting them into the walking video.
Yeah, you put them in together so people could actually see. But still, I don't know. I mean, a lot of these guys aren't going to listen to this shit because it's not a walking street video, just walking up and down.
Yeah.
But that one guy, there's a couple guys that do the walks down the street and they do the shorts. They're very good at like their angles where, you know what I'm talking about? Where it's like, it's lower and it kind of like walks into people. So it kind of gives it a more crowded feeling.
Oh yeah. It's, what the fuck? I don't know.
RIL Media and It's My Life Philippines. And then I think PH.
Yeah. And he does a slow motion. So
yeah.
It's like, it looks like it's like.
No, he does it. The filming of it's really good and shows a perspective that doesn't make it look empty. Like, I don't know. But if you're watching it and you think it's empty, like turn on one of our other videos inside the bar. Like we'll show you it's not empty.
But yeah.
I don't know. We could beat the dead horse all day. So anyways, we're sitting at like 76 days till the next trip. The dude on Facebook, I think his name's Nick Powers, that hates our countdown. Like I'm going to keep counting it down. I might even try to tag you on it if it will let me, just so you know, just to piss you off.
And then we got to meet that Corey guy if he ever is in the Philippines.
Yeah, if you watch this podcast, Corey, the guy from Facebook that came to our defense, like send us an email or a comment. We would love to meet up with you. You are the fucking man. You got the vision like we do. Go have a good time. Don't fucking judge other people. Leave the Koreans alone. I loved it. Corey's awesome. I couldn't figure out where he was from. He was wearing a Michigan shirt. Yeah. But it looked like the picture was in like UK. So maybe he was traveling there. Maybe he's from there. I have no idea. But Corey's the fucking man. So yeah, hopefully next week we got Joey on and we'll keep moving forward. This is number 23.
Yeah.
I mean, the goal is like 6,000, so we got a long way to go.
Yeah, I mean, we could keep talking about Walking Street, Thailand. I mean, our adventures. So it's going to be, I don't think we'll have too much, we always have something to talk about.
Well, what about me and Glenn all have this saying in theory, if you will, like nothing lasts forever, right? Like what if it did go away?
Then we'd be talking about how good it was 10, 20 years ago.
Right.
That's what we'd be doing.
But that's like and we kind of got that mindset during the pandemic, right? Because we were going on these trips for, 8 straight years. And then you have that 2.5 year period where we just couldn't go. It just stopped. And it's like, it kind of opened up our eyes, like nothing lasts forever, Obviously it opened back up when we went back. So we got to do it again. But like, what if the government shut it down? What if they changed Red Street and turned it into a family fun zone? Like, then I mean, that's the reason not to be negative. That's the reason to go enjoy it while it's there.
Yeah.
That's the point I was getting at. Like, go enjoy it while it's there. Like, I don't think Pattaya or any of that's going to get shut down, but I mean, you never know, right?
I mean, I'll never take traveling for granted ever. Like, we were scheduled to go on a trip like 2 months before the lockdown, and we didn't go. And I mean, that's when my like started to have this like mindset of like putting a plan together. You know, I never thought, you know, a couple years down the road, but after that, I'm like, just, you know, go on these trips, try to go every time, never like pass it up, never be like, oh, I'm not gonna, I'll sit this one out, you know,
because you never know when it's going to end,
never
right?
know.
It's like the cliche, you only live once bullshit, but I mean, it's so fucking true. Like,
I mean, when it closed and we couldn't go, like, that's when we started digging into other countries and like looking into, you know, places and just like waiting for the country to open up, you know.
well, imagine if something happened to you like physically where you couldn't travel. Like, you just never know, right?
Yeah,
like,
that's another thing.
and I mean, everybody's got to die at some point too. It's like, I mean, hopefully you live a full life, but you know, nothing's guaranteed. It's like, you got to enjoy every minute you can, because
That's why I don't ever, I mean, I'll never understand like someone being like negative. Like, well, life's too short, man.
way too short. Like, if you're negative, try to get out of it. Like, get out of that victim negative mindset, because before you know it, it's all going to be over. And then, I mean, all you're going to be left with is regret, right?
Yeah, I mean, isn't that the common thing? Like, people don't really remember the money they made, or it's usually like what they didn't do in their life when they're dead.
Well, regret's inevitable, right? You're always going to have regrets, but it's like, try to hedge against it. Like, try to limit your regret to as little as you can, because you'll never get away from it 100%. But the more you live life outside the box and try to hedge against regret, the happier you'll be, especially when it all comes to a close, if you're in a position to reminisce on it before it ends. But some people obviously don't have that chance to think about it. It just ends. But hedge against regret, man. Well, I think we got enough for today, but comment in the freaking comments. Well, hopefully more people watch this podcast, because we come up with some clickbait ass title about watch this shit because you're a negative piece of shit. But if they don't and our base watches it, thank you for watching as always, and go on Facebook and defend us. Fuck those guys.
All right.
All right.
All right.